It's the 9th of October and I'm Jerusha Silkthea Rath. Now today's newspaper front pages are very interesting. We see a split between coverage of Jubjub's amended conviction yesterday and also of course Shrien Devani's ongoing case in the Western Cape High Court. So let's have a look at some of those newspaper front pages. We'll start off with the front page of the Star Justice Eventualis. A very clever depiction here of Jubjub in his Mini Cooper, drawing on presumably a picture of those 4 children who died, and then the Lady Justice holding her scales. Now, what happened was Jubjub and Shabalala, his co-accused in killing 4 people, 4 children, and permanently brain damaging 2 others while they raced their Mini Coopers through the streets of Soweto under the influence of drugs. Their murder conviction was, on appeal, lessened to culpable homicide. That means that their jail time was also lessened to 10 years, 2 of those years suspended. On the front page of The Citizen, Jubjub, justice betrays mother, of course speaking about the parents and the families of those 4 children who were killed and the 2 children who were brain damaged in the incident. On the front page of Pretoria News, Jubjub term slashed. Now, some experts indicate that if we take into account the suspended sentence of those 2 years and the 10-year conviction that he now sits with, when we consider parole, it may be possible that Jubjub will only serve another 2 years in prison before being released on parole. If we move on to the front page of the Times, here we have Devani porn shocker. Murder accused was on fetish websites, even on honeymoon. If we move on to the front page of Die Burger, we have the same thing. And on the front page of the Cape Times, no master plan for hit on Annie. Now, of course, that came out during proceedings yesterday, while Shrien Devani's defense lawyer, that's Francois van Zyl, tried to prove to the court by cross-examining a witness that Shrien Devani couldn't have possibly put out a hit on his wife, and that the people who have already been jailed and convicted for the actual murder of Annie were to blame. On the front page of Beeld, here we have, again, the sex allegations against Devani, or rather they're not allegations at this point, because what Devani did is he handed out a formal admission to the court saying that he was on sex websites at certain times, and those times actually coincided with the discovery of Annie's body, and a day after they found Annie's body dead, Shrien Devani was logged onto these particular sex sites. And on the front page of the Cape Argus, Shrien's web porn after Annie's murder. Now, it's very interesting that Shrien Devani has chose to divulge this information in his formal admission. Of course, he's doing it to be one ahead of the state. The state have, of course, said that they may call witnesses who will show that Shrien Devani was in homosexual relationships and perhaps didn't want to be in a marriage with Annie. But what Shrien has done is he's played an open deck of cards, if you will, saying that he is bisexual. He was browsing these websites, but it doesn't diminish the fact that he loved Annie. We'll be keeping you updated on these stories and more. Stay tuned to News 24 Live.